The message that I have for this reading is that when people lie about you or try to shift the narrative around who you are and how you live your life, they don't just end up losing themselves. They actually become everything they were trying to put on your name. In a nutshell, their criticism of you is only a projection of how they truly feel about themselves. What do we have at the foundation of the reading, Spirit? 9 of Wands. Sag energy at the foundation of the reading. Okay, so the message here is that you're stepping into this season where your power is being fully activated. And because of this, there could be a lot of outside forces that are trying to make it more difficult for you. There's an energy here that is relentless. It just doesn't seem to go away. It's like no matter how you navigate your path, there just seems to be an increase of some sort of opposing force coming for you. And this isn't something that you really expected. You thought the level up would come with some sort of praise, some sort of recognition, just even some sort of support, a simple, good job, you did it. But it's been crickets. In fact, the people that you thought this would come from have literally been the ones that have been making your life more difficult because you have escaped a space where they can no longer control you. Now, the 9 of Wands at the foundation is telling us that you need to defend everything that you have built. And the proper defense to be able to do this is speaking your truth. But I'm also hearing here that there's a fine line between madness and actually speaking your truth because what you have dealt with is almost beyond words. I feel that some of you have been through so much that when you sit down to try and compartmentalize everything that you've had to endure to get to this point on your path, it's so overwhelming that you don't even know where to start. It's like saying, I know I have a story here, but where do I begin? There's so much. And you also haven't reached a point where all of these things that are taking place has stopped. It's just continued. So just when you feel like maybe you can speak some sort of truth, another thing happens. It's like you're so overwhelmed with information. I just heard receipts. Okay, so take that as it fits, that you don't even know how to begin the report. Oh, very interesting. Now, whoever these opposing forces may be for you, they never expected you to stay strong enough to rise above all of this and speak from clarity instead of chaos, right? So now what this means is that they're trying to overwhelm you so much that it takes away your focus. It takes away the calm. You're not able to be level-headed and speak about what's been taking place here, even though the subject matter of all of this is anything but level-headed. But that's the paradox of awakening. You learn how to stay centered in places that were designed to break you. Think about that, right? You know, in spiritual communities, it's very common to see people kind of losing themselves and their wiring is kind of crossed and they're under so much spiritual attack that it really begins to mess with their psychology. But when you're able to really ground yourself in this space and remain calm in the face of all of these attacks, you'll find that you can actually extract an incredible life lesson, something that you can actually impart on others who may come across your path. See, this is what this is all about. You go through spiritual warfare, and they don't expect that you going through that spiritual warfare would see you coming out the other side of it with an incredible life lesson. Instead, they're expecting that you are going to lose yourself inside that spiritual warfare and come out the other end with scrambled wires and sounding like some person that has just completely lost their mind, right? So to summarize everything that we've gotten here so far, you've reached this point on your path where Spirit is preparing to elevate you into the next level of the game, and they're going to help you collect all of this information into something cohesive that you can deliver back as a life lesson for not only yourself, but for others who may be coming across your path. It's like you're graduating on into a new space because you have been able to keep a level head, to keep your wits about you, and to not allow this spiritual warfare to end you. Instead, you're going to package this into something beautiful, into something profound, and you're going to give it back to the collective. However that is showing up for you within your life purpose and destiny. What do we have at the sacral, please, Spirit? Perfect. Four of Swords, Libra energy at the sacral. Let's get some surrounding energy. What do we have? The solar plexus, please. Seven of Wands. Wow. Okay. So this is all following everything we're saying here. Now, the Four of Swords, Libra energy at the sacral, is highlighting exactly what we were saying with that Nine of Wands at the foundation of the reading. Because this energy is speaking about this new timeline you're going to be stepping into where you're able to actually reflect on everything that you have endured to get to this moment on your path. This is when you start, again, to collect all of the information. You start to collect all of the pieces and you put the report together, so to speak. You write that book. You start that podcast, you speak your truth, whatever it is that you are doing, okay? And the Seven of Wands here is the pushback that Spirit wants you to vocalize. See, what you have gone through here is a life lesson that other people need to hear about. It's like people all over the world have been going through very similar to you, and they have no support. It's like they don't know where they can turn. And I just heard you are going to be a voice of the new generation, right? So this is when people start to speak about things that are kind of taboo, subject matters like this, spiritual warfare. You know, these uncomfortable subject matters of how family dynamics can actually become very twisted and very diabolic when it sees one person breaking free from the generational conditioning of that particular family and they go after their dreams. They follow that inner calling. This is what that looks like. See, this is something that we need to start speaking about more because there's a lot of people that are going through this stuff and again, they don't know where to turn. And see, that's why when it comes to all of you, there's a great opportunity here for you to not only speak your truth, but actually find that there's many people out there that are going to support you and listen to you. Now, if, again, we were going to summarize what we have now set up until this point, it's that you need to begin speaking your truth because there's people out there that are going to have your back. There's people out there that are going to listen. There's people out there that are just like you, and it's going to make you feel seen. The Seven of Wands at the solar plexus tells us everything we need to know because this is an energy that wanted you to give up. It's an energy that wanted you to feel overwhelmed. It's an energy that wanted all of your plans to just stall out and not actually come to fruition, right? This is somebody who's going solo. All of these sticks represent all of the individuals that are against you, right? It could be family members, it could be friends, take it as it fits. And then here you are, a lone soldier, you're standing up for yourself. You're not a part of this herd mentality. It's like you're breaking this path that you have been on with these people and you're carving out a new path, one that no one else has been down yet, and or a path that these people were too afraid to carve out themselves. This is somebody who's been fighting a spiritual war, and now they're being positioned to be an inspiration because they haven't given up. They've endured all of these attacks, as horrendous as it may have been and may still be. You have kept your faith, which is also what the Nine of Wands represents, right? Nine of Wands is an energy where your faith is being tested, and the universe has noticed your resilience in the face of all of this warfare. And right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Death card, Scorpio energy. So I feel that all of this is you ushering in some sort of change. And the Death card speaks about an individual who is sent into certain environments to break up certain clustered energies. Now, what I feel that really speaks about is you and the spaces that you have found yourself in. And as you sit with this energy, it begins to make more sense. It's like things are beginning to crystallize. You were chosen to be sent into certain environments to end certain societal norms and just overall karmic cycles that people have been engaged in for far too long. I mean, this is just another way of speaking about a chain breaker, right? You know, this could have to do with your families. It's like all of a sudden you come along and you just shake the entire foundation of the way things have always been. And like we mentioned at the beginning, you're not praised for this. In fact, you are outcasted. You're seen as the problem, but in fact, you're the one who is fixing the problem. And that further details that Seven of Wands energy. What do we have at the heart, please? Yeah, I just heard Ace of Cups. So I just heard you refuse to play this game. right? This is an energy where people are like, why can't you just be like the rest of us? Why do you have to be like this? Ace of Cups, water energy at the heart. Now, what I'm getting here is that you are actually cleansing these environments with these sorts of actions, which sounds like you're doing anything but cleansing it, but this is how it's actually done. It's not done in a peaceful manner. It's met with a lot of pushback, a lot of resistance. And if you want to go a layer deeper here, and you want to look at these situations that you're dealing with from a higher vantage point, it's as if you were unblocking the heart chakra in your family lineage. I'm picking up something here in regards to very hateful, very untrustworthy people that you have quite possibly had in and around your environment. And instead of becoming like them, you breaking path and carving out your own path is forcing these individuals to have to look at themselves in the mirror. And all of this is the reaction to the moves you're making. Yeah, I just heard you've been doing all the heavy lifting, but they can't see it that way. They don't understand what this all means and what you're doing. And I just feel that you have been given some sort of sight to see by spirit where it's alienating these people. It's like they don't really get how your mind works. And that's okay. They don't need to. Instead of trying to see the good in what you're doing, they're just creating more issues for themselves, because what they're doing is really getting in the way of the natural evolution of this universe. See, you are an incremental part of all this. You're a part of the mechanics, and so are they. And you have been sent down here to make sure that the wheels turn the way that they need to. And all of these people here are trying to hold up the natural evolution. And so for that, they will be judged. They will have to deal with some sort of karma that equates to the issues they are bringing into your life. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Justice card, Libra energy, Five of Wands, Judgment, and the Devil. Wow. Okay, so the Justice card is really speaking about the balance that you are bringing to these situations. And then the Five of Wands is them pushing back against what the divine has assigned you to do, right? This represents them creating obstacles and challenges on your path, just basically making things way harder than they need to be, right? Nine of Wands, Seven of Wands, Five of Wands. That's a lot of pushback. And then the Judgment card is what they don't see coming. It's like these people refuse to see the truth. They refuse to self-examine. Instead, they just want to stay shackled to this devil energy here. And they've completely failed to realize that you are actually just trying to free them of this energy. They refuse to see the good in what you're doing. Instead, they prefer to stay in bondage because they don't want to do all the work that it would take to actually break free and reclaim their own power. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Wow. Death card, Scorpio energy at the throat. Okay, so we saw the Death card a few minutes ago underneath the deck, and now here it is coming out at that throat position. So the Death card is representing your rise. It's representing your transformation. Whether they like it or not, this is going to happen. This is going to take place. Yeah, and I just heard that they have two choices. They can either support you or they can be left behind. And I feel at this point they're being left behind because there has been no indication that these people are going to leave their toxic ways behind. They simply cannot see what you see. We only have 5 cards on the table, and this is showing me somebody who's fought a massive spiritual war in their life. And you might only just now be fully realizing that, which takes us back to that Four of Swords, because what I'm getting there is, well, it's like you have been running through this battlefield, and now you've gotten to the other side. And as you turn around, there's nothing but smoke coming off of the battlefield. It's like you're only just now realizing what it is that you have been fighting this entire time. See, it's not about these people or these events per se. It's about something entirely different. These people are just vessels. It's about evolution. It's about the spiritual war. It's about what's going on outside of our perception. That's where the truth is. And the truth is something that not everybody can see unless they are aligned to be able to receive it. I just heard they wanted you unstable so no one would believe you, but you've been able to learn how to speak from the eye of the storm. And then right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Swords. Okay, so this really gives that battlefield kind of energy. And then the Fool, a new beginning. Okay, So the Knight of Swords is all about lifestyle changes. And I feel that this is highlighting the fact that these individuals here were given an opportunity to change. They were given an opportunity to support you, and they refused the invitation. Yeah, I'm hearing that they thought for sure, they had no doubt in their mind that they were going to be able to stop you from moving forward any further on your path. And I do feel you took some hits, however that shows up for you, but it wasn't enough to keep you down. You just kept getting up, because at the end of the day, your faith is stronger than any attack that they could ever send your way. I'm also hearing here that your motivation has been selfless. Your motivation has been doing this for the greater good of all. You haven't been thinking about yourself. You have just been thinking about being a faithful servant of the divine. You just want the universe to be proud of you. You want the universe to see you as reliable. You have to understand that when you move like this, you're given access to a whole different reality, a whole different timeline. Yeah, you're still existing here with these people, but the way you interface with the reality is completely different. That's why they can't understand you, and that's why they can't get on board. Because you are, well, again, you're interfacing with reality differently, but you're closer to the source, right? Because your connection is so strong. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? The moon. They can't see what you see, because you fly closer to the source. The moon is also highlighting your intuition and just how potent your connection is to the universe and the divine. And then, of course, the third eye is also about your intuition. So this energy right here is incredibly potent. Yeah, I just heard that you're able to see through the veil, right? Which is not so much literal as it is metaphorical. You just feel differently. You think differently. You hear differently. It's on another level. Yeah, you have a heightened sense of awareness. I'm also hearing something here about the universe sending you signs and synchronicities right now. And specifically, I'm hearing something about insects and bugs and things, okay? Just pay attention to everything that's going on around you right now, because I feel that they all matter right now. You also have to understand that when you are on a path similar to the one that I'm picking up here, and when the universe gives you access to these certain abilities, these certain gifts, just a different sight to see, it makes people feel slighted, okay? They feel intimidated. They can't understand, and all they know is that they need to stop you from existing inside of that space any longer. And this is why this whole thing is unfolding like this to begin with. And it's not that you're out here trying to show them up. You're just walking the path that you were guided to walk. And interestingly enough, it's ruffling a lot of feathers, which really confirms that this is the path you're supposed to be walking to begin with. A lot of you are seeing people's reactions to how you're navigating your life, and it's mind-blowing. You're seeing a side of these individuals that you didn't even know existed. It's like something in them is being awakened by you aligning with your highest potential. What do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? King of Cups. Water energy at the crown. So the King of Cups is an energy that is very unreactive. It's a very stoic kind of energy. And it's really speaking about how spirit wants you to be moving right now. Don't react. Don't give them what they want. Okay? Don't lose yourself in these attacks. They need you to stay calm, because inside this pressure is where you find your purpose. Now, that's quite deep, because I mentioned that you're seeing how these people are reacting, right? The pressure that it's creating around these relationships you have, and it's opening up your mind to some sort of higher knowledge. Yeah, I just heard you're analyzing things in a way that you never have before. Yeah, everything that they sent to silence you is actually becoming the material for your truth, for your message. It's like you saying, well, when I made my way down this path, I started to observe people acting really strange. It was like something else possessed them. Something took over. It's like they weren't themselves anymore. So you remaining very steady is actually the most terrifying thing for these people, okay? You need to remember that. And they're going to keep trying to trigger reactions out of you, because it's those reactions that they can hold against you. So if I was to summarize everything that I'm saying with this King of Cups and Moon card, it would be that once you learn how to narrate the darkness, you stop being controlled by it. Okay, what do we have of the Foundation, Spirit? Too many cards. Okay, what do we have of the Foundation, Spirit? Unbelievable. Temperance, Sag energy at the Foundation. Now, this is really interesting because this is following what we're saying here. The Temperance card from this deck is highlighting these disruptive energies, this energy of chaos that they are trying to overwhelm you with. And again, it's right there underneath the Nine of Wands, right? So this is the energy of chaos, and here you are, right? You're kind of beat up, but you're still standing. You're holding the line. And that's also at the Foundation. So they could be doing things to really try and rock your stability, maybe make it difficult for you to make money, maybe create so much stress in your life that you just kind of snap. You know, there's many different ways that they can go about bringing this sort of energy into your life. So really take it as it fits. But it's typically always going to be targeted at your foundation, your stability, your finances, things that have to do with the stability of your life. That's what they're going to aim for, because they think that if they can rock your foundation or mess with your stability, then it will stop you from going down this path any further. Yeah, I'm getting an emphasis on the truth that needs to be spoken, right? And this can really be highlighting the fact that some of these people simply don't want you speaking about what you're about to speak about. And this can simply have to do with the fact that your truth implicates them in one way or another. So they're doing things in and around your life to stop you from being able to position yourself to speak that truth. You know, as we mentioned, there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of disruptive energies in this reading, but then there was this energy with the Four of Swords at the sacral where Spirit is trying to get you into a space where you have enough time to catch your breath and just relax for a moment and start to contemplate everything that's happened up until that moment. It's like they're trying to make that more difficult. It's like Spirit's trying to get you into the safe zone so you can start speaking your truth. And these people are trying to keep you in the chaos so you never arrive there. What do we have at the sacral, please, Spirit? This just followed what we were speaking about. Ace of Pentacles, Earth energy at the sacral. Now, the Ace of Pentacles from this deck here is speaking about things that have to do with finances, materials. It can be an energy where they create so much stress that you miss an opportunity, or you're not able to get up and go to work because they're creating so much stress in your personal life. That's what this energy is here, right? They don't want you to get to this energy. What do we have at the solar plexus, please? God, confirmation after confirmation. Knight of Wands, right there at the solar plexus. So the Knight of Wands is one of the most chaotic energies in the tarot. Now, this can speak about people that are just coming in and out of your life, just bringing all sorts of just crazy, out of control energies. And it's right underneath the Seven of Wands. This is relentless. And it could be that whoever this represents for you, whether it's one person or several people, your truth has something to do with what they've been doing. But I also just heard the more they do, the more truth you have to speak. So it's like they just keep feeding you more and more content, more and more to speak about. It's like they're doubling down on trying to stop you. Yeah, I'm hearing that they know they've been seen, they know they've been exposed, but that doesn't stop them from trying to end you. Oh, okay, interesting. Take that as it fits. Yeah, it's like they're trying to come at you with everything they've got because at this point, they have nothing left to lose. And right on the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. So a leopard can't change their spots, right? This person isn't just all of a sudden going to have a come to Jesus. They're just going to keep doing what they're doing. They're committed to the chaos, is what I just heard. What do we have of the heart, please, Spirit? Okay. Hangman, Pisces energy at the heart. It says right there, spiritual troubles. So the Hangman from this deck is the energy of the traitor. This is also somebody who feels victimized by the path that you're on, by your success, by the truth that you're speaking. And I'm also hearing that they have ulterior motives. So I don't know if these people still have access to you or they're trying to gain access to you, but you're not to trust these people in any way, shape, or form, okay? There's not a single energy here of wanting to do the right thing, okay? All they're trying to do is get access to you so they can stop the truth from coming out. And the fact it says spiritual troubles there, it just really gives me this feeling that these people have distanced themselves from God, from Source, from the divine. Okay, I just heard they have given over to a reprobate mind. It makes perfect sense. For some of you, I heard that they're also trying to turn you into a martyr. And then we have the Knight of Cups here underneath that Ace of Cups. And I just heard they hate your imagination. It's like the more you continue down this path you're on, the more you create, the more the universe gives you access to. Now, this is to say that because of your dedication to this path you're on, the universe is giving you more opportunities. I also feel that a lot of you are in a time in your life where your imagination is exploding, right? It's like the more you're going down this path, the more you're having all these amazing ideas on all of the different things you can create. And I can confirm that when you actually dedicate yourself to a path like this, there is no lack of potential to create something new and innovative, something that just further expresses who you really are and what you came here to do. I just heard that Spirit wants to decorate your path with all of your creations. What do we have at the throat, please, Spirit? Nine of Wands, Sag energy, again at the throat. Now, whenever we get the same card right here that we got at the beginning of the reading, it's very profound because this point in my readings is like the full circle moment. It's like we go through this narrative, we go through what's taking place, and then right here is the outcome of my readings. So now we have a full awareness of why you need to remain in this Nine of Wands, right? The Nine of Wands, by definition, is really just an energy of keeping boundaries with certain energies and remaining very forward-focused and resilient on your path. And then right here, it says universal medicine, elevation of the soul, and the revelation of mysteries, which takes us back to this energy here, right? Universal medicine. It's like the more focused and dedicated you are to your mission, the more Spirit gives you to work with. Yeah, I'm also hearing something here about these energies. It's like they're really in this time in their life where they're looking out the curtains, right? A very paranoid energy, very on edge because they feel something coming. It's your truth. Yeah, I'm also hearing here that they don't want people knowing what they've really been doing to you behind the scenes. If this gets out, I feel that it's so diabolical that it's going to be hard for some people to actually understand the level of depravity that these people actually stoop to do this to you. It's like it's a new level of wicked. What do we have at the third eye, please, Spirit? Eight of Pentacles, Virgo energy at the third eye. It says right there, intellectual talent provides knowledge. So again, confirming what we were picking up here, right? About the universe just giving you more to work with. It's like every time you go through an attack and you make it out the other side, the universe gifts you with something, blesses you with an idea, gives you a new opportunity. For every valley, there is a peak. Every time you feel some sort of dip in the energy, there's always going to be a rise again. You just need to stay strong. And this Eight of Pentacles is also speaking about something that you're going to be creating. I feel that Spirit is aligning you with some sort of dream, some sort of desire that you have, and they're integrating this into your path, into everything you have been going through here. It's like, I just heard this is the buildup. Okay, I'm hearing something about you getting on the other side of this energy, and it's like Spirit showing up and saying, hey, remember that thing? That thing you always wanted to do? That thing you're really talented at? Here you go. And having gone through this entire situation makes this make more sense. It's not that you didn't have access to it. It's that Spirit needed you to access it a particular way so it would actually hit when you got there. What do we have at the crown, please, Spirit? Unbelievable. Death card, Scorpio energy again. Now, going back to this Eight of Pentacles, I'm hearing a message here. They wanted me to give you this example, but it's like somebody who has some sort of musical ability. There's raw talent there, but maybe there was some sort of subject matter that was lacking in your life that would give a song some sort of depth that would actually resonate with people. So Spirit puts you through this entire situation. You come out the other side, and now you have an amazing song that is all influenced by what you've been through, right? That's what I'm getting here with this Eight of Pentacles. Now, it doesn't obviously have to be exactly that. Place it as it fits. But it feels like the experience of this warfare that you've had to go through has armed you with something that is actually going to be able to resonate with other people now. And then we have this Death card right here. God, the end of the universe. Endings and rebirth, influences health and longevity. So we got two death cards in this reading. Okay, this is a massive transformation that is unfolding in your life here. And I was mentioning earlier on in the reading about the way you interface with reality. It's like they can't understand how your mind works, the information that Spirit gives you to work with. This is really speaking about this, okay? Because if I was to really summarize again what I'm getting here now, it's like this is a kind of matrix that you have broken out of in your life. You have broken out of some sort of conditioning, and you're just on this other level now. And as you're looking back at your life up until you got to this point, it's almost like it doesn't seem real. It's like it's some bad dream. That's what breaking out of the matrix in your own life feels like. It's less about the movie The Matrix and all of these sorts of things that we hear. It's more about a mindset. It's more about a way you interface with your reality after you have some sort of newfound sense of self based on this newfound empowerment that you have found by breaking out of this societal conditioning that these individuals refuse to release you from. And that's what I get with this death card as we close out the reading. So with that, I will leave it here. All right, this is what I have for all of you. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your notifications. And if this reading resonated with you, drop me a heart and or a comment down below, and I'll speak to you all again soon. Take care.